Ellis a wing bowl to work off now onto Fleming's shot. Though as we've seen so far, Ellis has been astray with some of his running shots.
Hasn't been able to get them working at all, particularly on these longer ends.
On his backhand. Oh, he just moved it enough. The poker face of Max Ellis. Fleming examining the head. Possibly one down, but a genuine chance to remove Ellis's bowls or possibly turn one of his own counters over. Fleming standing up. I think we might see him go for the bowls. He's weighing it up. It's not an easy decision to make at this stage of the game. What will I do? So such a crucial decision for Rod Fleming. He may choose to have a drive, looking to catch that outside bowl of Ellis's and remove them both from the head. Yep. Fleming dispatching with his normal kneeling stance, and he's going to stand and drive at the head on his forehand. Winds up. Oh, shaved the bowls. Fleming desperately unlucky at times in this game with those shots. He actually moved them. Fleming finding it hard to believe that he didn't shift them. Ellis in the meantime has gone up to have a look, examine the head, and has come back down to the playing end of the mat to judge what he's going to do. Playing his bowl off the backhand from his standing stance. An unusual delivery.
Very unusual.
I don't think he was possibly terribly worried about that bowl.
So both just looking at the end now, and
Fleming concedes one.
17-14 after 19 ends.
Yes, well, that shave of Ellis's bowls from Fleming on the drive there could be the difference in this game. If he had taken those two out, he would have undoubtedly held two shots at least and possibly even up the scores, though of course Ellis did have another bowl to play. Now the Australian out on the back end. He's finishing behind the head. He wouldn't be terribly worried about that at this stage. Fleming, the task in front of him. 3 points to pull on the Australian with 10 ends, 2 ends, I'm sorry, to go.
It's just those odd 2 or 3 points that are proving so hard for him to pull back on Max Ellis.
Yes, Fleming's pulled back several times to within a couple of shots of Ellis, but each time the Australians just consolidated his position and pulled away again. This time on the backhand, drawing to the head. Good bowl. Good shot. Seen in this game some very, very accurate draw play from Ellis. At times really defying logic and judgment with his unerring accuracy. Fleming, a weighted shot. Just turning Ellis's bowl into the head. Not a good bowl for Rod Fleming at this stage of the game. Remembering, of course, that should Ellis beat Fleming in this game, he automatically becomes the Australasian champion, having won the first of their 3 games this morning. Great ball. Very little emotion on the face of Max Ellis.
And 2 very tidily to Max Ellis. What's Rod Fleming going to do about it?
Well, Ellis just then was signalling behind him to the crowd that he felt Fleming would run at this head and possibly try and split his 2 bowls out, and that's exactly what Fleming's doing. Oh, he's killed it.
He killed it with the 3rd.
Yes, so that's a 2-point penalty against Fleming. Of course,
under the rules operating here, as Brett has explained earlier, if you kill the end with the 1st or 2nd bowl, you lose 1 point. With the 3rd, 2 points, and with the 4th, 3 points. So it can be a costly exercise. So we stay on the same counted end, and the points, rather than coming off Fleming's total, go on to Ellis's.
Yes, we're still playing the 20th end. And Ellis on the draw. Finishing just short of the kitty.
And that may well have just been the crucial break in the game, Brett, because a 5-point margin now in the 19th.
Yes, two ends and 2 drives from Fleming. 1 to gain shots and 1 to get himself out of a difficult situation. Both not finding the desired target. And Rod Fleming really has the task against him now if he's going to win this game, especially with Max Ellis bowling like this. Fleming now. Can he retrieve the situation? On his backhand. It's a good bowl. Opens the head up a little bit. He wouldn't hold the shot, but gives himself a chance.
At least he's 1 down instead of 2.
Here's Ellis on the backhand. Line to the head. Oh.
Well, Rod Fleming must be wondering, as we certainly have been watching, the precision of the shots of Max Ellis, particularly on the longer ends.
Yes, well, there's been a general comment from most people associated with this test series that they felt that the heavier mat would encourage raking play and players to play through the head. But Ellis certainly has shown us this afternoon that even on the surface that tight dead drawing is possible. He's played some fine draw bowls. Fleming having a little run. Well, he moved one of Ellis's bowls out, but
he's still all 2 down.
In a very hard situation to retrieve. So swaying it up. He'll be looking to consolidate the position. Again, playing on his back end. Well, Ellis playing for a position bowl behind the head. If Fleming, or when Fleming attacks the head, as he must on this penultimate end, Ellis with a back bowl covering in case that kitty should spring back.
But looking at it there, where to attack?
Yes, I think Fleming would have to look to play to his bowl just to the right of the white line there and perhaps hope to push Ellis's 2 bowls out. We're seeing Fleming from his standing position again. Well, this is do or die. Tony, on the backhand.
still on the penultimate end of your 5 down. What to do? That's not much more, and he hasn't gained a thing.
He hits the head, still 2 down. And with going into the last end, the score is 21-14 to the Australian. Now, under the rules and the conditions of this test, they will play the end for several reasons. Firstly, the fact is that if Ellis should kill the end, or even should Fleming, that they will continue playing it until the end has been completed. And secondly, overall, should the number of wins be tied between Australia and New Zealand tomorrow night, they'll be looking for a count back on points. Ellis holding the shot here again with a good bowl, fractionally behind the kitty, and he's on the backhand again. This stage, I think he'd feel he's got the Australasian title well within his grasp.
Rather difficult to wrest from him at 21-14 in the 21st end.
Yes, for the first time, Ellis showing a little bit of emotion, looking away from the mat a little bit at what's going on around him. Been very difficult to tell throughout this game really what Max Ellis has thought about. He's very full of concentration. Mind you, Fleming made of the same character and personality. Well, Rod Fleming holds 2 this end, though I'm sure he'll be wishing that Ellis had played some of his looser bowls earlier in the game rather than save them for the last end. Fleming on the draw, 2 down.
Fleming, the last 3 or 4 or even 5 ends has started to look like it was coming right for him, but perhaps just too late.
Yes, well, I honestly think that if he had been lucky enough to remove those 2 bowls of Ellis's with the drive on the 19th end, I think things could well have been different. But that's bowls for you. Things don't always work as you wish, and at this stage, Max Ellis is the 1983 Australasian singles champion. The players shake hands, and it's all over.
The final score, for the sake of countbacks, which is all it will matter for, because Max Ellis has certainly won, I think will be 21-16 after 21 ends, 21-16, but no doubt about it, Max Ellis of Australia, a technical officer, 38-year-old from Melbourne and holder of 15 Victorian titles in his 10 years of indoor bowls, has beaten New Zealand's Rod Fleming.
Tony Palmer and Brett O'Reilly are commentators in Christchurch for the Indoor Bowls test. More from that test at a later date on Sport on 1. The test itself will continue tonight and again tomorrow at the Kearneys Road Indoor Bowls Hall in Christchurch. Progress from the semi-finals now from the New Zealand Amateur Golf Championship.
Did you find them?
No, let's look in the bag again.
I've already looked. I don't have them.
Monsieur, dame, there is something wrong?
We've lost all our travelers'
Travelers'
checks.
Oh, what kind were they?
American Express.
Ah, American Express. You're going to Nice, huh?
Yes.
Well, there was an American Express office right there.
American Express has a network of offices around the world to help you. Insist on American Express traveler's checks at your bank.
When you're on a mission for television or video, of course there's only one place to go, 'cause we've got it all, you know. If you're buying or renting, we're unrelenting. Our services tops by far. Guess we really don't have to tell you how great we are. GR, we're the tops, GR Television. We're the tops with a great tradition. We're a world unique for the video freak in store. Top names, top brands and more. We're the tops, GR Television. We're the tops right across the nation. Whichever way you choose to choose it, we're the tops, GR.
Tops in television and video, whichever way you look at it.
There's a new breed of trucks on the road. Middle and heavyweights. Engineered to go the distance. Built to take the load.